Yo, it's your boy Knext, and today we're gonna be covering Zetsubou no Shima, overrated or underrated.
Headed to the track, I'm really trying to get my bands up. Niggas, they be talking, I just told them get them grams up. Yeah, I got my hands up, yeah, I got bananas. You run up on me, I'ma have them shoot them at your nana. Gotta keep the pole.
What is there not to like about Zetsubou? Fighting spiders, playing as spiders, early glitches, planting flowers underwater, zip lines, sliding around the map, the KC4, the Masamune, the skull of non-sop, the big ass skull. Anyway, let's go over why this map is underrated or overrated. First, we got the interesting flower system with the different color waters giving different rewards, such as having a water of each color give the user a free perk, and being to hold a zombie for the whole round. I think this is really cool. It makes the map unique in its own aspect. I'm going to give this one a point in the underrated column. The big-headed skull is a really good specialist weapon, and its option to evaporate and dissolve makes it really unique and one of the best specialist weapons behind the one in Garage Krovi. The skull is really good in the whole entire game, even on higher rounds, taking out zombies. It doesn't even take too long. It having both features makes it really nice to train and do anything, and the skull is definitely A+ material. I'm going to give this another point in the underrated spot. The Marshall 16 was a great add on Treyarch's part, the Marshalls being one of the best weapons of multiplayer and one of my personal favorite weapons. This was a good add, and then the Peruvian Vela just makes taking out Thrashers a piece of cake. I highly recommend, if you play Zetsubou, that you use these in the Easter egg. It does take a while though to get them out the box, but it is worth it in the end time, and I'm going to give this another point in the underrated spot. The Masamune is not the greatest wonder weapon out of all the maps. It's decent at best. You can hold it to charge it, blah 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 blah. It's not really the greatest weapon. It's just decent at best. It's really good for taking out Thrashers, don't get me wrong, but just compared to every other map's wonder weapon, the Masamune is just dog. It's just not as good as the other ones. It's not the hardest to get. I don't really like the challenges to get it, but the Masamune is just an L, man. And for this one, I'm gonna have to give a point for overrated. Unlike every other map in BO3, Zetsubou doesn't have much replayability, especially when it came out. It might be because it just came after the fan favorite Horizon Drop came out, but it's just really not great to come back. Once you beat the Easter egg, it's just you're done and over with it. I can't say though I'm having much fun playing it a couple years later and doing the Easter egg, but during the time, it just wasn't much fun to go back to. I'm gonna give this a point in the overrated spot. The boss fight against Takeo is ridiculously easy and boring. It's really no challenge at all, and you're really just fighting Thrashers and spiders that you've been fighting the whole map. This just ruins the whole experience of the whole game and getting up to this point. And they really just gave Takeo the short end of the stick when it comes to the boss fight. The boss fights are super small, and it's real easy, and it's literally nothing compared to anybody else. Now the final question is Zetsubou no Shima overrated or underrated? In my opinion, this map is very underrated. ZNS has a dark, evil, fantastic overview of the zombie series, and in my opinion is very underrated. It is not the best map for starting players, but nonetheless it's a very good experience. One could even find Zetsubou scary and put it up with scarier maps, such as Verrückt or Shino Numa, or even Mob of the Dead if you like to go up there. But anyway, if you guys liked the video, like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy Knext. Let me hear your comments on Zetsubou, and I'm out.